Odyssey crochet hooks are back on Furl's site. They made a surprise announcement February 24th, which was a double surprise because normally we see new line of crochet hooks being launched on a Friday. This was a Tuesday. They dropped a huge bomb on us, letting us know that the Odyssey crochet hooks are officially back on their site. Not just one, but two complete lines on their site ready to go. They also said this is not just a cosmetic redoing of the Odyssey one. They're calling it Odyssey 2 because it is completely renovated, like from the ground up. The only thing that we're basically getting that is similar is the silhouette and the colors. If you're relatively new to Furls Crochet, this might not seem like a huge announcement because you've probably never seen this on their site. They have been discontinued for a couple of years now, and at this point, I thought this was a relic. Like, I never thought you and I would be having a chit chat about Odyssey crochet hooks, let alone that they are back and available on their site. So when they made the announcement, I immediately went to the site to see what they had available, saw that they had Odyssey 2 in Noir and Odyssey 2 in Quartz. We have a 3.5 millimeter all the way up to a 10 millimeter. So at this moment in time, there are 12 sizes. But if you remember the Odyssey 1, we did have very, very small sizing. So if you like to do lace crochet, this was the line that you were using. We didn't see this small of crochet hook in any of the other lines, and we still don't see that for obvious reasons. Like, we can't go that small in resin. It's just not going to hold up. But this one, we are going to get smaller sizes. So at this moment in time, the smallest is 3.5, but I can definitely see it going all the way down to 2 millimeter, maybe even a 1.75. It just opens up so many new possibilities for crochet patterns. So for me, the Odyssey is synonymous with furls. That is the very first crochet hook that I got. It's actually this one, a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. That is what I first tried out to see if it would help with some of my pain that I was getting in my arm, my elbow. Obviously it did because these are my crochet hooks now, but this is what started it all for me. This is an excellent example of Furls actively listening to the customers, not only taking what we want, but taking the time to make it better. There are a couple of things right off the bat that you're going to notice that are different from the Odyssey 1 to the Odyssey 2. So the first thing that annoyed pretty much everybody that had the Odyssey 1 is the fact that these are beautiful pieces of art, and then the sizing is on the bottom with a sticker. Okay, what happens with a sticker after you use it quite a bit? You run the risk of it getting chipped or peeling off completely. So there are a lot of tips, tricks, and hacks of how to keep this sticker on there, or using a Cricut to make the right size to put another sticker on top of it if it rubs off. Some people would put clear nail polish on it in order to keep it. I think this pumpkin one, yeah, I use this quite a bit, and I mean, it's pumpkin, it's blanket size, so I did take it to a lot of apple orchards, pumpkin patches. The sticker it's seen better days. The side is chipped, the bottom. Thing about Odyssey 1 is that these ones were essentially handmade. So even though there's a lot of fun characteristics from each one of them, like each hook is its own thing, its own piece of art. A 5.5 in the Noir compared to 5.5 with the pumpkin handle, they are going to have a little bit of variation. That is supposed to be changing with this one. Fall back in love with your favorite silhouette. Yeah, I just love the shape, style, and coloring of the Odyssey crochet hook. 6.3 inches for the hook, the diameter 17 millimeters at its widest point. The weight runs from 0.8 to 1 ounce, which is significantly less than the streamlined metal. So if the metal ones are way too heavy for you, this might be something worth looking into because it's going to offer a little weight to the crochet hook, but not anywhere near as extreme as the streamlined metal. You can go back and rewatch their live. They chit-chatted for quite a while about this, and this is another reason why I feel like they were ready. They knew that we wanted this crochet hook back. They took the time, and now they're hitting the ground running because of the fact that not only did we get it back, but we got two lines at the same time. So we got the Noir and the Quartz. It makes me feel like they're fully invested in the Odyssey, and this is going to become a staple on their site again. Specifications. So they go through everything and they compare the two and kind of just tell us a little bit more information about why it's totally different, and the silhouette is really the only thing that they kept with it. For the original Odyssey would range in length between 6.25 and 6.7. The Odyssey 2 is 6.3. That is due to the fact that we went from something that was almost exclusively handmade to something that they can reproduce consistently over and over. The sizing was 1.2 to 1.8 ounces for the original, and now we're at 0.8 to 1 ounce. Materials, which I think is the thing that is the big difference with it. The original was pewter with nickel plating. The Odyssey 2 is aluminum with chrome plating. The body material, so that was the tip part. The body material, the original was a resin handle. Odyssey 2 is nylon handle with a custom paint base coat and a subtle metallic flake clear top coat. So that's something that's a little bit difficult to see in these pictures. I feel like the quartz, we're going to see that a lot better. Some of the videos, you can see a little bit of shimmer in there. And this is something that I was really hoping they were not getting rid of because it adds a little bit of whimsy to it. So the slime green one, you can really tell there's a lot of shimmer in here. Also the pumpkin one and the silver one that they had previously. Super shimmery. Size marking, which is the huge thing. You're going to notice that right away. The size was indicated on the bottom with the sticker for the Odyssey 1. For the Odyssey 2, size engraved directly on the aluminum tips. So it'll say Furls, and then it'll also have the sizing. So the size will not come off. Like, you don't have to worry about this rubbing off. It's engraved into the tip of the crochet hook, which is aluminum now. It's a part of the crochet hook, which I think was a really important change for this one. As of this moment in time, every single size is still available in the quartz, but if we go over to the Noir, I think there is one that's sold out already. Yes, the 3.5 millimeter crochet hook is sold out. That is not shocking to me in any way, shape, or form because it's the smallest size that they have available, and it's the classic Odyssey color that they have, that they brought back. So when they would launch the Odyssey 1, it was absolute chaos. And when I genuinely mean chaos because of the fact that they were essentially handmade. They had a very limited amount available every single launch that they did. You would need to know exactly when it was being launched. And I mean like the time as well. Because if you wanted a particular size and it was launching at 10, if you got there at 10:15, chances of you getting it were pretty slim. That's how crazy it was towards the end of this before they put it into retirement. And as a customer, it was not fun at all. I just remember thinking it was not an enjoyable experience. And I understood why they discontinued it. They really needed to take a step back and reconsider these crochet hooks and how, as the company was growing and getting bigger and more people were finding these crochet hooks, how can they accommodate the customers and how can the experience, because I'm sure it was not fun for them either. They make an announcement in less than 25 minutes. Everything is sold out already. We can't even talk about the hooks anymore because they're completely gone. So the fact that we are February 25th, which I realize is not that long, but in Odyssey world, an entire 24 hours later is a pretty big deal that there is only one size that's completely sold out between the two lines as well. I'm just excited to get these in hand, do a little comparison between the two. I'm hoping that the feel and the flow with working with them is going to be very similar because that is what I fell in love with. And the fact that I could use this crochet hook with pretty much any yarn. When those arrive, we will absolutely be doing a side-by-side comparison and seeing how they hold up in this new round of Odysseys. So that is Odyssey 2.0. I do have another crochet line to chit-chat about from Furls. This one, let's see, when was it actually launched? Because I just got this to my house February 13th, and it happened to be a Friday the 13th. The cotton candy swirl resin hooks came out. This one gave me so much inspiration because of the fact that it's a cotton candy colored crochet hook. Oh my gosh, say that 5 times fast. And it was on Friday the 13th. I immediately thought of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The resin crochet hook line is super fun to me. They do a lot of different colors throughout the year, but this screams cotton candy. Absolutely. I was hoping this part right here was going to have a lot of shimmer. We're going to have to do a close-up of it because just not focusing. 5.5 is a go-to crochet hook for me, so I grabbed this one. I'm hoping to make something, I don't know, cotton candy inspired, maybe a popcorn bag, something from the circus. I know clowns are very hit or miss with people, and especially in horror movies, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Clowns in a Cornfield, like those are all classic movies to me. So having this one felt like a must in the yarn dungeon. New and now, because it's been completely pushed off the front page, even though this just came out February 13th. Odyssey is front and center. Like that is what they are chit-chatting about right now. So we start at a 5 and we go all the way up to 10 millimeters. So 8 sizes available in total. I got a 5 and also, or a 5.5 and also a 6.5. Oh, this one is crazy pretty. Look at that little design right there. The coloring in the resin is always going to be different. Every single hook size, and even in the same size. So if I were to get another 6.5, it's going to be completely different. They are their own entities, their own piece of art. The collection together, they look beautiful. Acrylic, cotton, alpaca. Cotton is really my go-to for this one, and wool. Those are my favorite for it. Limited edition. Okay, I did not see that. Limited edition, which means that it's not sticking around. Sweet swirled and full of movement with its candy cloud look and deliciously smooth swirls. It looks exactly like cotton candy. This looks like something I would like to eat. Are you team cotton candy or not? I definitely am team cotton candy. I gotta have multiple colors too. Like I like them all swirled together. So I'm glad that they didn't do just one color for this, like pink cotton candy. I like the pink and blue and the fact that on the bottom, we get a little purple action going on with the colors all mixed together. I will say they do have it displayed in one of their wooden crochet hook holders, which I was on the fence about that one. I don't typically display mine like that. I just use old candle jars. I can see the handle and I can also see the hook, so I can see the size and everything. The wooden box holder goes only up to here, it looks like, which means not only can you see the majority of the hook, but you also see the sizing very clearly. So I don't know, that might be something I look into for the future. Each hook is poured by hand, making every piece of it one of a kind, just like the project that you create. Every single one of these is going to look totally different, but it adds to the charm of it. The weight is very consistent, 0.5 ounces. The diameter, again, we're starting at 16 millimeter, moving all the way up to 17.5 compared to the 10 might be a little bit different. The length, 6.75 inches. But this one I need to find a specific project. So if you have any ideas for a circus or a clown themed crochet project, shout them out. All right, ghouls, that is everything that I have for you this week. Definitely would like to know, are you Team Odyssey? Were you very excited when you heard the announcement of this, and what is the color that you're leaning towards of the first 2 that they're releasing in the comeback of the Odyssey crochet hooks? For now though, that is it. So thanks for hanging out with me here in the yarn dungeon. Have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.